Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
The old and out with the new when it comes to sports organization names. So currently the Washington Commanders, Donald Trump wants it to be called the Redskins again. He literally wants to force them to rename them back to the Redskins. We'll talk a little more about that later on, and then kind of staying in the sports realms. Hall of Famer turned media mogul Shannon Sharpe settles his case. I don't know if y'all could remember, but there was he was facing some serious accusations earlier during the year from one person that it got so bad that she had recorded audio tapes, recorded text messages. It continued to get worse and worse and worse. He had to step aside from being on ESPN. He even was kind of on the low from his media empire, right? His podcast. So apparently they have, well, not apparently, has been said that it has been settled. Now there's a number that has going around that they've settled for. We'll talk about it more here on the Arrington Gavin Show, and so much more, my friends. But as always, thank you so much for taking 1 hour of your time to tune into yet another great episode here. I hope you all are having a wonderful evening. Before we move forward, for those who happen to be streaming us right now on our YouTube channel, please like, share, subscribe, obviously, and just and share amongst your friends, your family, those that you know that are going to be that are looking for some great content, great conversation. Because look, there's so many programs. I will say that there's so many shows, there's so many podcasts, so much stuff that you can be consuming. But hey, look, I just hope that you happen to say, well, give Arrington's show a try. I appreciate it. So please do so, my friends. Again, YouTube. We drop new episodes on our YouTube channel weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also stream us on Goatverse TV. Okay, Goatverse TV. If you haven't downloaded the app, please do so. It is free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. You have shows like myself, the Arrington Gavin Show. You also have one of their newest programs called The Full Package, which is a singing songwriting competition a TV show, and it's dope. I'm telling you right now, it is just so dope. So please continue to support Black-owned media, support all these growing and amazing content creators out here. And yes, again, that's Goatverse TV. You can also listen to the Arrington Gavin Show wherever you listen to your podcast. We're available on all major podcast platforms. In addition to that, you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves driving in your car. If you happen to be in the New Orleans area, shout out to our listeners listening to us right now on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. Be sure to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time, again, only on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. And moving on to the Metro Atlanta area, you can also you can listen to us on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's only on, again, WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. All right, my friends. Now that we have that taken care of, I forgot. Please go ahead and follow us on our social media platforms. You can follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as Substack, all under the same name, The Arrington Gavin Show. That is ARRINGTON. A lot of folks always spell it like Aaron Ington. No, we're not doing that here. It's ARRINGTON. And again, that's the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as Substack. Also, my friends, be sure to check us out on check out our amazing website, www.theagshow.com. Again, that is www.theagshow.com. Feel free to email us, contact us through our website. If you would like to hear us discuss a certain topic that is important to you or within your community, or if you are happen to be a small business owner wanting to get your platform, or excuse me, wanting to promote your brand, nonprofit, you name it, hey, please contact us through our website. We would love to have you on here on the show, because that's what we do here on the program, is provide great conversation, hopefully a great avenue and a platform for you all. And look, hey, we're three things we care about here on the show: fun, informative, and also opinionated. That's right, my friends, also opinionated. Before we head to a commercial break, let's go ahead and do our fun fact of the day. All right, today's fun fact is, did you all know that let's see here, for the first time in US history, the number of births to women aged 40 or older has surpassed the number of births from teenagers, including those under 20 years old. That's right, that is a recent NBC News via government data reports. This stems from declining teen birth rate and rising births amongst older women. Now, look, it's interesting when I heard about this, because it's not like I keep tabs on, how many people having babies this year, how many people pregnant this year. And it's funny, because one of my best friends, him and his wife are welcoming their first. They're obviously they are over 20. We're all so they're under 40, but they're they're well older from their teens and their 20 year old mark. And so when I dawned on me, but then I had encountered a lady who was having her first child, and guess what? She's 40 now. For one, I'm like, you don't look 40, but yeah, she's having her first child, and as a matter of fact, I think she just had her first child at the age of 40. I know I can, if I ask a bunch of women, they will say, "Oh no, I would never want to have my child at that later age," because doctors will always say, "Well, it might not be too safe for the child or for your health to have it at an older age. Usually, the younger realm is a lot better. Right? Folks that will have their children in their early 20s. Sometimes they'll do mid 30s, maybe late 30s. But it's interesting though. It's interesting, and the first thing that came to mind was the fact that women over 40 are, or assuming women at the age of 40 or older are having it. Well, it's like, look at it. If you talk with young parents or young, if you talk with young couples now, and I've been approached this tons of time. Now I can just speak for myself. They're always gonna say like, "Hey, look, when are you gonna have some kids? When do you want kids? When do you want you? Do you want you to use?" And I say this: you can never predict the future. I love kids, right? I'm a big kid myself. It's a lot of responsibility to be a parent, right? Also, it's expensive too. Okay, is it very expensive? And so when you're in your 20s, or at a younger age, you're still continuing to grow and build up your career, your platform. And maybe younger people are more focused on their careers rather than focus on building a family, because in order to build a family, you do have to be on a certain realm of success so that you can afford and have the time to, to build up a family. Because a lot of folks always say, well, just you never know until you try. You just never know. You're never gonna be prepared. You're never gonna be ready. And I'm like, I hate that when they tell me that you're never gonna be ready. Well, I prefer to be ready. Okay, I love to have my stuff planned ahead. Okay, so that I'm thoroughly prepared, to be that great parent. And honestly, I'm more of an uncle type. I have two nieces. Excuse me, I have three nieces, and one nephew. And everybody's grown, right? I got a nephew that is about to be a senior in college. I have a niece that's about to be a junior in college. I have another niece that is I think going to be a senior in high school, and then or a junior in high school, either junior or senior in high school. And then we have another niece that just turned 16 years old. So again, they're grown. They're in that teen stage, and babies are cute. They know, what do they say? You have your terrible twos, and then it's a lot. It's a lot when it comes to parenting. Now, again, I guess for folks that are older, I don't know if that data shares that this is their first time becoming, a parent, or if this is, say, uh uh their second or third. That they don't share. But I just think, at that age, they're comfortable. They know how to maneuver in this and the other. They're like, okay, I think this is the right time. This is obviously the right time. So I just thought that was interesting, y'all. That came across my feed, and I'm like, oh, okay, that'll be a cool thing to mention here on the show. So, look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, my friends. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
Yeah, this that new GOAT verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GOATverse TV.
GOATverse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In GOATs, we trust.
People age 65 and older are at high risk of injury, especially from falls and car crashes. But older adults can take steps to stay safe from injury and be independent longer. Tell your doctor if you have fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking. Learn more about preventing falls and aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the show. Okay, let's start off with our very first headline here on the show. So apparently, Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend has been on social media calling out Jay Z and Rock Nation, saying that they have blackballed her boyfriend. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, what are we talking about here? So on social media, she had posted that Nicki Minaj exposing the smear campaign tactics that Jay Z, Rock Nation, let's see here, Desiree Perez did to her behind the scenes is very similar to what I was told they did to Kaepernick when Jay Z purposely co-opted Colin's protest by siding with the NFL to help their image after they blackballed Colin for his protest. I called them all out years ago, and so many people were scared to say it publicly. But to me, how they agreed with me privately, she says, So I don't know if I'm reading the full thing. Here over 5 years to bury the growing protests and specifically helped them move beyond the controversy around teams' unwillingness to sign Kaepernick. Desiree even said, "We love that everybody wants to be on the stage, that we've completely changed the conversation of fighting for it versus boycotting. We've come a long way. She's got her pardon by Trump. No coincidence. The NFL owners are his buddies and also donated millions to his campaign." I mean, that's pretty accurate right there. Let me go ahead and read you this by hotnewhiphop.com. Says here that Nessa Diab, who is Kaepernick's girlfriend, and I'm surprised they're not married. They've been together for years. Alleged that Jay Z and Rock Nations are doing to Nicki Minaj what they did to Colin Kaepernick back in 2019. So apparently Nicki Minaj has been popping off on Jay Z and his agency Rock Nation and its CEO Desiree Perez as of late, which has some folks bring the Colin Kaepernick situation back up. For those unaware, after the NFL player protested against police brutality, he did not return to the league, but Jay partnered with the organization. Kaepernick's partner, Nessa Diab, an activist and radio host, recently drew some parallels between both situations as caught by All Hip Hop. She left some Instagram comments and tweets recently that speak on the alleged situation. So I've already read you basically what she had spoke about, but here's my thing. To say that, and everybody has their own opinion, was Colin Kaepernick's, was he blackballed from the NFL at the time when he protested and he took a knee during the anthem? Absolutely. In the heat of the moment, that lasted for quite some time because the man was more than qualified, still in good shape to lead an organization, but they did not like the stance that he took, and not really just team owners. See, that stuff affected their pockets because a good number of supporters of the NFL, right, are most likely those who lean more on the conservative side, who truly appreciate the American flag, the country, whole 9 yards. So many folks had disagreed with Colin Kaepernick, what he did. Now, the interesting thing, and I've said this so many times in the heat of the moment, what he did was right. What he did was not offensive. And a protest is about bringing awareness, bringing attention to things. He drew all the attention. He capitalized on that. And why? Because during that period, there were too many seen conflicts that were happening with police brutality, abusing unarmed victims, specifically men of color. That was happening. Okay, you can't make that up. It was one too many. And he just said, look, we gotta take a stance. We have to keep folks accountable and be like, look, we cannot keep on thinking these stories should be normalized. So he said, let me take a stance. I think it was sharp. Now later on, when you start to wanting to hear a comeback story, and there were moments where they provided him an opportunity to make that comeback, to try out, and he does his own thing, says, okay, they wanted me here, but I want to be here. Stuff like that is kind of grimy, in my opinion. I think that's just, if you truly want to be back in the league, then you would do everything you can and, follow whatever protocol is. Don't make up your own thing. That's on some TO stuff. And I love TO to death as far as a player, because I think he's one of easy in the top five greatest wide receivers of all time, possibly top three. But what T.O. did during the, and this is, just a side note, but just for example, when T.O. got inducted to the Hall of Fame, he was ticked off because he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, which he really should have been. But again, it goes back to more personal feelings towards the person, on and off campus. I mean, on and off the field. But he decided to have his own ceremony, his own induction at his alma mater, breaking long tradition history from being there in Canton, Ohio. He went to his own spot, and I just thought that was always he had to do it in his fashion. And it's all about him, not the full history. So I didn't care about that, in my opinion. Now, some folks think that Nicki and Jay Z's debacle doesn't warrant comparison to this Colin Kaepernick's controversy, but Nitty disagrees. She says it doesn't change the message. She reportedly stated smear campaigns happening behind the scenes to harm people, people's lives are not right. So look, they're going in on this whole back and forth. But again, stop saying, stop continuing the smear campaign. Like, I mean, Jay Z sided with the NFL and this and that and the other rather than siding with him. What else was Jay Z supposed to do? Seriously, because Colin had already made a lot of noise, received all the awards, received book deals, received this and that. He brought the attention. Then he garnered his own success as an activist. So by then, how does an organization grow from this? What do they do? Now, I'm not trying to say that, okay, when you bring on mostly a black artist to perform halftime Super Bowl, that's we're good. We're on good terms now. Now we're cool. We're Gucci. We're on one accord now. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what else is there? What else should they have done? Look, Colin Kaepernick is almost 40 years old, and he's still touting a comeback in the NFL. I think that's long gone. Okay, how do you expect to wanting to make a comeback to to a league that you sued and took money out their pocket? You think that's gonna be cool if I sued my employer and said, look, now I want to come back? What? Come on, dude, get out of here with that mess. Let me actually play the sound bite, because Nettie had received some heat because she, being a radio host, she plays a lot of music from multiple artists, and being that she is criticizing Jay Z, folks are saying, well, how you talking mess, but you still gonna play his music? And here's her response. Here's what she had to say about all that.
I might not like what Jay Z did, but guess what I don't do? Go out of my way to not play his songs on my show. No, I'm not spiteful. I don't try to harm people. I don't do smear campaigns behind the scenes.
And don't take away from his artist.
I don't ever do that.
So she said it right there. I don't do that. I don't do smear campaigns. I don't do. But you kind of still, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. When you say that I don't do that, but you're doing it in your actions are showing differently, in my opinion. But that's just my 2 cents, y'all. That's just my 2 cents. But let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Nitty? What she's saying about Jay-Z and this whole thing? Do you agree with what Nessa's discussing? Let me know. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna digress from this story. I'm gonna move it on to another one that I thought was pretty, staying in the sports world here recently. NFL Hall of Famer, sportscaster, podcaster, however you want, media mogul, right? Shannon Sharpe. He just recently settled this case that he was facing from an OnlyFans model. Yeah, was it OnlyFans model? And the first of all, it's for a large ass number of money. Might I ask there? So Shannon Sharpe. This report about Page 6. Shannon Sharpe, rape accuser, settles the $50 million lawsuits. Now, Shannon Sharpe has reached a settlement agreement in his $50 million rape and sexual battering lawsuit. Now, I'm not disclosing that it was for $50 million, but it was settled outside of court. Says here that after protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. The accused attorney Tony Busby wrote in the announcement on Instagram. He says here that all matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice. A rep for Shannon Sharpe did not immediately respond to Page 6 requests, but in her original lawsuit, which was filed in April, the NFL alleged accuser, who was only identified as Jane Doe, accused Shannon Sharpe of sexually assaulting her multiple times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. Now, the two met at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023 when she was 20 years old. Now, backtracking, Shannon is currently 56 years old. So you do the math. Yes. He was in his mid 50s and soon found themselves embroiled in a rocky relationship. First thing you want to say is, Shannon, you got too much money, you got too much power, you got too much fame. Why are you messing around with these young girls? There are plenty of, beautiful women close to your age, maybe 5-10 years 10 years younger, but I mean, it's just in two ways. Of course, social media went ham. Why? Because this is coming off of a moment where Shannon accidentally didn't realize that his phone was on IG Live and it was audio of him having a good time with another friend, being very active, and still to this day, I'm like, bruh, come on now. Come on. Like, you cannot say, oh, I didn't know that. Luckily, someone else had control of his could control his social media. And I hope that nobody at the time was trying to, ruin, or hack into his stuff. But it was weird. It was weird. Because one thing that Shannon is at the moment, he's on his Steve Harvey stuff. What I mean by that is he has his hands in multiple things. He has his own cognac, which is delicious, by the way. Laportier, I believe it's called. He has a media company, a full-on media company, which oversees his show Club Shay Shay, which is an award-winning podcast. He has what's the other show called? Nightcap, along with Chad Ochocinco. He also has I think two other shows in that Shay Media hub. Then he signs, he signs this big deal with ESPN to appear a few times a week on First Take. I mean, he is rolling in the money, and I still want to see him do great. I'm still a fan of Shannon Sharpe. Shannon is very successful and very very knowledgeable when it comes to sports. Club Shay Shay is one of those shows that you gotta love, because it's just a simple sit down conversation with him and influential folks in music, the whole 9 yards. Now, is it better than Arrington Gavin show? Absolutely not. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, Arrington, if you put up your show and then you put up Shannon Sharpe show, one of them is a little more successful than that. And I'll shut it up. Don't even go there. Do not even go there. Our time is coming, y'all. We are gonna be so we're gonna be receiving all that kind of money that Shannon's will not. I don't want that heat though. I don't want that. I want all those scandals and nothing like that. Give me a few dollars, give me a few million. I'm fine with that. But anyway, in addition to that, these allegations were very horrific. As I mentioned, I'm not going to backtrack on what stuff was said, but it was very graphic. That was in this case, and I've said many a times, if you are truly and if you know that you are truly innocent, then you fight tooth and nails to speak on your innocence, and to we fighting in court. Now look, it's hard because I have never been in a space where I've for one faced anything like that, nor had so much success like that. You know what I mean? You just never know when you're not in that kind of when that stuff doesn't hit for you. And the Lord knows, I mean, it will never happen. But when folks settle, that's either looked upon as like, okay, I just want to hurry up and get this out the way because it's really hurting stopping a lot of my projects that I have in lineup. Or it's just like, oh gosh, it's like it's taking the L. Like, who leaves out here the big winner? And in my opinion, the accuser does, because recently the accuser, her, and she went by Jane Doe. She shared this. She shared on her social media. Today, I have decided to retire from OF, which stands for OnlyFans. Thank you for all the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for the next chapter. I love you all forever and ever. Now, this girl was 23. How old was she? 20 some years old. She was in her 20s, early 20s. Now she's saying she gonna retire. She retiring from, which is fine. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, we're wondering here, how much was it? And okay, final question before we head to a commercial break. The final question, though, in closing this story, will this hurt the momentum of Shannon Sharpe's rise in the public eye? Will this whole story hurt or help his brand? Because the funny thing is, when he secretly was on IG Live and was, the audio of him having a good time with a lady he was seeing at the time, that helped his career. That didn't hurt his career. That helped his career. With this, and folks are always going to say, well, I mean, Me Too is going. Here's the thing: any kind of accusation like this is always going to be very, very critical and very tough to try and forget. Now, people can't, especially if it's settled, people can't forget it. But now this is stuck. This is going to be in the archive now. So again, I asked a question like, will he return? Return to ESPN now? Are they going to be cool with having him back on? Will this help or hurt his brand? That's going to be the final question I ask for y'all. Look, my friends, let's go ahead. We're gonna take another break. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
I can feel Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Jay Z and Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JayZarenLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the show. All right, next up here on our list of things, your guy in Washington continues to, do what he does best, deflect from the truth, and will do just the dumbest things as an elected as a leader of the world. Instead of worrying about real things, he's worrying about sports teams bringing back their original names, which in my mind, to me, he should have no authority to try and force anybody to do so, especially when there's a private owned organization. But let me explain here. So Trump threatens to block the Washington Commanders new stadium deal unless team changes back to former name. Yes, it is very true. So says here that recently President Trump pushed the Washington Commanders NFL team to return to its previous name, which was scrapped 5 years ago because it included a word that many viewed as a slur against Native Americans. And I feel like we weren't born yesterday. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize I wouldn't want to be, if I was a Native American, I wouldn't want to be called Redskins. I've used the example before. It was and it is. All right. Now, yes, it was accepted years and years and years ago. But guess what? Who were the owners of that organization? Were they Native Americans? Oh, I didn't think so. Okay, that's right. So ask me if those previous owners ever cared. Now you have a little more realistically, they fought to change the name, which, look, it did take a long time to get used to the Washington football team at the time, now the Washington Commanders. It was difficult, and maybe I would love to speak with diehard Washington fans, those who are, Native American, and those who are not, like, just to get those different perspectives. But let me continue this. The president also threatened to block a complicated deal for the Commanders to return to the stadium in Washington, D.C., unless they return to the name Washington Redskins. Again, spoken like a true bully he is. He says here that the Washington whatevers, this is the Washington whatevers should immediately change their name back to the Washington Redskins football team. There is a big clamoring for this. Hours later, Mr. Trump said he may put a restriction on them that if they don't change the name back to the original name and get rid of the ridiculous moniker, I won't make a deal for them to build a stadium in Washington. I mean, it like, people always ask, why do you dislike Trump so much? Why do you? How could you not at this point? How could you not? What can he worry about the country more than this? You see what I'm saying? He worries about the dumbest things, and then he will use that and says, we're doing so great, see, good thing I'm here, because it's like, oh my goodness gracious, he really gives me a headache, man. um he really does. And it's funny because, see, now him and his whole squad, they're trying so hard to deflect and to be a distraction away from this list, right, that we've all been talking about. I'll go back to that a little later on. But the Commanders hope to build a new stadium in Washington, D.C. at the site of the RFK Stadium, returning to the capital city almost 30 years after the team decamped to Maryland. The deal is complicated. This stadium sits on federal land, but Congress in January granted the city's control over the land for 99 years, clearing the way for the property to be redeveloped. Now, city councilors still need to approve the redevelopment plan. Meanwhile, in baseball, the president also pushed to the Cleveland Guardians MLB team to change back to the Cleveland Indians, a name the franchise got rid of in 2021. Make Indians great again. Oh, that's what he's. Oh man. Wow. Mr. Trump claimed our great Indian people, the massive numbers want this to happen. Their heritage and prestige is systematically being taken away from them. Alrighty. The Guardians president of baseball operations recently shared on the name change. It's a decision we made, and we've gotten the opportunity to build the brand as the Guardians over the last 4 years, which he's kindly saying, Mr. President, no, we're not changing it. Ooh, but let's see how he does that, because he does not like the word no. He doesn't like to be rejected, as we all are witnessing now. The football team in the nation's capital change is its name from the original squad in 2020 amid steep criticism and pressure from advertisers, Native American groups, and some politicians. Okay, so right then and there, Mr. President, Native American groups were pressing for this name change because, to them, those who were born, the heritage, they said it's offensive. Okay? They said it was offensive. So these large group of, like you said, make Indians great again, they're already great. They've been great. So again, why when you keep on saying they weren't great, make them great again? When were they never great? The team's then owner, Dan Snyder, had previously vowed to leave the name in place. The team settled on the name Commanders after a brief period in which it was known only as the Washington football team. A day before, Jason Buck, now retired defensive lineman who played for the Washington team in the 1990s, told TMZ he would give anything to meet with Trump to discuss changing the name back to, again, Jason Buck. Jason Buck is the name. Let me see, Mr. Jason Buck. Oh, okay. Is he Native American? No, he is not. Alrighty. Yeah, he is not. And he's a very I mean, is he a popular guy? I guess in the franchise history, yes, because he's a part of the Super Bowl winning team, but it looks like here, yep, no one really cares this book. Sorry about that. And I again, in with the old, out with the new is how I see this. Out with the old, and I see it as one big distraction. I see it as one big bully tactic that is very known from how this man operates. And I hope they continue to fight tooth and nails to just keep the same name, especially after the successful season that Washington had this past season. Like the Commanders made a huge name for themselves. So why change that? Why change that momentum? I guarantee you most folks that probably even vote for Trump saying, just, dude, you worry about what's happening in the country and not what's happening in sports. Just you do you over there and just, stop trying to, he tries to find rather than trying to fix the issues that we actually have. I mean, come on now. Come on. That's what he does on a regular. That's what he does on a regular. Let me digress from this fool here because this is continues to upset me. But we will continue on this story. I actually might write a piece on it on my Substack. So please be sure to be on the lookout for that. Moving on to our final story here. Ray J opens up about his estranged relationship with his family, his parents, as well as his sister Barndy, actress, R&B star, R&B singer Barndy, on a recent podcast hosted by Evelyn Lozado and her daughter Shanice Hairston. Now, Evelyn Lozado, for those who don't know, is the name of their podcast called Drop the Low Podcast, and it's a mother and daughter. Evelyn is one of the original cast members, and I think she's still on the show called Basketball Wives, even though she's an ex-wife. I don't think she hasn't been currently married to a basketball player for in years. But let me go see if I can find the soundbite to this here we go here. Hold tight, y'all, as I pull that up for you. This is a clip of Ray J on their show discussing the relationship that he currently has with his family.
Relationship with Barndy, like, are you guys like super close? It's not good.
I love my sister, but I'm an embarrassment to them.
So you don't feel accepted?
I'm never wanted to be accepted. I feel like I'm an embarrassment.
Well, if you think about Barndy, right? Barndy has like this very clean cut image. She's Barndy.
And from like me and you could talk about certain things, just like me and you could talk about Three's Company and MASH.
Right.
A lot of people can't do that.
I think Barndy is so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I don't feel like she was recognized for like her beauty then at that time.
Thank you.
As a Black woman, like I think she's gorgeous.
Thank you. Well, she was the first Barbie.
She's gorgeous, yeah.
I think we're good. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I feel like we should all do as a family that her and my cousin might not agree upon, but to each his own.
So do your kids, because she has a daughter, right? Older. Yeah. Do they ever?
My little niece is 21, 22. She comes and hangs out with Melody and Epic. But my kids was over at Brandy's house 2 days ago. So Epic calls his auntie every day. He loves his auntie. So we was able to get on the phone through him. He was talking to her and I seen her. I'm like, what's up? But other than that, we haven't talked.
Yeah.
I gotta do me, It's like you don't want me to be me. And I'm talking strictly about maybe my cousin, not Brandy. You don't want to be me. You want me to be something else. But I'm superseding everything y'all doing. How does that work? I don't know.
Who do you feel they want you to be?
Like a little more clean cut
Yeah.
and like not your crazy
Mhm.
rated, but that's what I feel like most people love about you. Like I feel like that's part of your brand is the fact that you're funny, outspoken. You're kind of like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that that's what most people love about you.
Yeah, it's just tough, you know, because you only feel bad when your family has a problem. Your family is the only people that can get to you, not the comments, not the people on the other side, but when your mom or your sister or your dad or your cousin start questioning like the algorithm, I just feel like it's not fair, and they're not intelligent enough to know what's going on in the digital world.
What's your relationship?
All right, here. All right. Algorithm. No, I'm joking. Let me stop because I can't pronounce words either like that. Here's my issues with this. So I'll be honest. I think of Ray J being extremely corny. I think he would do anything for attention. I think he would do anything for money. I think he would do anything again just to be relevant, right? He was one of the few folks in, I'll say, the R&B space, music, you know, celebrity, black, at least the black celebrities. To me, I think he was one of the the few black celebrities who enjoyed his time, publicly shared his time hanging out with Trump. That right there, I'm like, okay, you know, I look at you funny in that aspect. But Ray J, at the time when he was growing up, he was Brandy's sister. I mean, excuse me, Brandy's brother, the brother of the singer Brandy. Brandy always was the more popular music artist. Ray J's singing career, music career did not grow like his sister. Now he ended up growing on another aspect, right? We can go back with the whole tape with him and Kim, and then you know he was on an actor on a sitcom for a short stint. Then he did reality TV with Love and Hip Hop. He grew in that trashy reality TV space. I think he even started his own network that's a bunch of trashy reality TV shows. But he was a genius. He was a genius in as far as investing in the right stuff. I think they had these motorized scooters. They had Raycon. He made money off of he made quite a large sum of funds off of that digital. And he's right, that digital space. But here's the thing. And I'm just going based on when him and his sister, they had a reality show before that they were trying to show a more positive side, you know, showing how they respect and love their parents. Their parents were their managers. And it was great seeing, you know, that build of black families, you know, working great together, all for the greater good. But the moral of, you know, what they kept on showing is like everybody's trying to help Ray J grow the F up, grow up. There were times where it's like, it's just Ray J, all he wants to do is party, complain, fight, all this other. It's corny, bro. It's corny. Ray J's literally saying, I've never wanted to be accepted. Well, excuse me, I think I'm an embarrassment, but I've never wanted to be accepted. Um, like I never thought that I wasn't except I wasn't trying to like be accepted in my family. I just think I'm an embarrassment. I'm like, okay, that's a bit harsh. Then on top of that, he says, but I think they're mad at me because I'm superseding everybody. Stop making it about you, bro. Did you ever assume that they just say, Ray J, you continue to act like a fool and you're a grown ass man, and what you do not only makes the family look bad, but I mean it just makes your image look bad. And then, you know, Evelyn Lozado, or yeah, Evelyn Lozada, who is again a part of that trashy reality TV career. That's what she grew. That's how she became famous. She was a grown ass woman fighting on national TV doing a reality show, Basketball Wives. She's one of the ones that's always trying to like that's what she does. I don't know anything else that she does besides that. So she's saying, but I think that's a part of your brand. I think that's why we love you. Why do people praise folks that make a fool out of themselves? See, in my opinion, that's disrespectful. That is just so sad. The fact that I am a fan of you because I love the way you make a fool of yourself on national TV. So I'm going to continue to pour money into that so I can see, because that's my entertainment. Seeing you depressed, seeing you act crazy, seeing you fight and all the trashiness and all that stuff. Bump saying, I'm just trying to be me. I'm an artist. I'm just trying to be me. Yo, why do we do this, people? Why do we do this? I can't stand reality TV because there's never a positive message to them, in my opinion. All these love and hip hop shows, Real Housewives of whatever shows, it's trash. These dating shows, they're trash. They're trash. Okay. Yet we crave and we thrive on these programs. And it's like, okay, this is okay. And yet we see why so much stuff happens, so much crap and issues happen in our society, because this is the stuff that we look at as entertainment. This brings comfort to us. So for me, I think my advice for Ray J, and he obviously ain't going to accept it because, hey, he making more money than me. He knows everything. He knows everything. He got all the answers. But you have that mindset saying, I've superseded everybody. To me, just wow. That's to me already a negative mindset regardless. Even if I'm more successful in my family, I would never have that kind of demeanor, that attitude. I would be like, okay, look, if you're wanting to build along with me, if you want to grow, right, as an individual, if you want to grow, then let's see how we can work together on it. But I'm not going to always say I'm better than you, I'm better than you. No. Like I tell folks all the time, and I tell y'all all the time here on this program, networking is everything. I try to be around folks that can continue to uplift me, make me a better person, make me a better business owner, make me a better husband, a better friend. But I want to rub shoulders with positivity, not negativity. You feel me? I want to rub shoulders with millionaires, with billionaires, with philanthropists, those that are doing great things in society. I want to be close. I want to see it on my TV screens. I want to talk about it, and in my group of friends. It's all about positive vibes, y'all. It's all about positive vibes. So final message with this, I pray that they will, their family and all whatever tensions they're having in there, I hope they can settle that, because I don't want, you never want to hear about issues happening within families like that. But I hope they resolve their differences that they have. Hey, you got their parents raised two talented individuals. All right. Two extremely talented individuals. So I hope that they can take care, and they're both parents too. And like he said, they have, he has kids, she has a kid. I just hope everything is okay. But Ray J, I'm not saying this out of, just picking on you, bro, but I hope you do better. I hope you do better. And I hope there's a form of just maturity that can happen for you. That's just me, y'all. But looking at the time right now, y'all, as I gotta go, but continue to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show, available weeknights on all streaming platforms, digital platforms. Yeah, peace and blessings, y'all. Y'all take care. I gotta go.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.